Coming up on today's episode of Airborne-Unlimited, never-ending Santa Monica woes. John Kerry family Gulfstream sold. FAA to conduct internal safety audit. Welcome to Airborne Unlimited. I'm your host, Holland Lee. Let's get into today's stories. Never-ending Santa Monica woes. The Anti-Aviation Santa Monica City Council has resolved to close SMO by 2028, approving a closure plan and timeline during a January 24th meeting. Santa Monica Mayor Gleam Davis said, quote, "This is the beginning of a community process to reimagine the airport site, which accounts for an unprecedented 4.3% of the city's land," end quote. Throughout decades, numerous campaigns seeking to effect SMO's closure have been undertaken by groups at once well-heeled and short-sighted. Two such groups, Citizens Against Santa Monica Airport Traffic and Sunset Park Anti-Airport Inc., contended vehemently that the airport required immediate and prejudicial closure for mostly selfish, short-sighted reasons. In 2013, unable to actualize their ultimate aim, the two groups petitioned the city of Santa Monica to close 2,000 feet of the airport's runway. That such a measure would imperil aircraft, air travelers, and persons and property in the vicinity of SMO's arrival and departure paths was a feat of cognition beyond the collective purview of the group's leaders. An inexplicable consent decree agreed upon in 2017 by the FAA and the city of Santa Monica calls for the former to return the airport land and its usage to the latter on December 31st, 2028, thereby empowering the city to close SMO and rob GA of an invaluable resource. And after the break, USAF F-16s intercept Russian military aircraft.
Skyleader Aircraft offers a lineup of the most powerful, durable, and efficient light sport aircraft in the industry. From trainers to roomy cockpits for long hauls, Skyleader has an aircraft for you. And the best part? They're in your budget. Skyleader's base prices are set low to give you room to customize your aircraft to your needs, desires, and wallet, allowing you to put your money where it matters to you most. Visit flyskyleader.com today to learn about our aircraft, customization options, and chat with the team.
Well, hello, fellow pilot. I'm John King.
And I'm Martha King.
You know, we've all had our flying lives disrupted lately.
Well, King Schools is here to help you stay up to date with courses that you can access on your desktop, iPad, or iPhone. If you'd like a refresher or just want to expand your aviation horizons, we have a course for you.
So head over to kingschools.com/Rusty today for details.
Unbridled passion, unequaled performance, unlimited possibilities.
Hartzell Aviation, you are cleared for takeoff.
Introducing Hartzell Aviation, leading general aviation companies united by the Hartzell guiding principle of built on honor. A commitment to uphold the highest standards in quality, performance, and support. Hartzell Propeller, Hartzell Engine Tech, Hartzell Aerospace Welding. We are Hartzell Aviation.
Now boarding at hartzellaviation.com.
Welcome back. Now let's take a trip around the patch for some other interesting stories. USAF F-16s intercept Russian military aircraft. NORAD set forth in a recent statement that Air Force F-16 fighter jets had intercepted a number of Russian military aircraft that penetrated and briefly operated within the ADIZ. The ADIZ is an area of airspace beyond U.S. sovereign territory within which the ready identification, location, and control of all aircraft is required in the interest of U.S. national security. The intercepted Russian aircraft reportedly included a pair of Tu-95 Bear bombers, functionally obsolete 1950s vintage quad turboprops, and an Su-35 Flanker, a formidable single-seat, twin-engine, super-maneuverable aircraft designed and built by Russia's Sukhoi Design Bureau. Protestors intrude upon EBAA event. This week, activists affiliated with UK-headquartered environmental faction Extinction Rebellion briefly took over a stage at AirOps 2023 in Brussels, Belgium. AirOps is billed as Europe's premier event for business aviation flight operation professionals, where ground handlers, airports, and FBOs come to do business with trip planners and operators. Vehement, vociferous, and uninvited, the XR activists gained entry to Brussels Event Lounge, a trendy facility well-suited to hosting AirOps 2023, but apparently lacking adequate security, and ascended the facility stage chanting passé slogans and unfurling a banner that read, "Make them pay." Continental engine issue affects more than just Cirrus. News broke recently regarding an operational pause at Cirrus Aircraft on SR-22 and 22T aircraft manufactured between June 1, 2021 and February 7, 2023, but the issue runs even deeper than expected, even for Cirrus. When news broke of an upcoming service bulletin from Continental Aerospace Technologies, details were slim regarding the extent of the issue, until Continental gave out a worrisome Valentine gift, a service bulletin for thousands of its newer engines, affecting 360, 470, and 550 series engines made between 2021 and now. Industry groups criticize FAA 5G and NPRM. A coalition of aviation groups has criticized a proposed FAA airworthiness directive addressing methods by which the agency proposes to mitigate the extent to which 5G telecommunications networks interfere with aircraft systems, radar altimeters in particular. The group states the proposed AD, quote, falls short of the goal of preserving safe operation of airplanes in the national airspace system, end quote. Over 20 industry groups comprising primarily avionics manufacturers and aircraft OEMs commented collectively and unfavorably on the FAA's notice of proposed rulemaking pertaining to interference deriving of 5G networks. Well, that's it for today's trip around the patch. Let's get back to the rest of the news. John Kerry family Gulfstream sold. Forbes family member and inaugural United States Special Presidential Envoy for Climate John Forbes Kerry is once again facing criticism for his family's surreptitious sale of a Gulfstream GIV-SP. Formerly owned and operated by Flying Squirrel LLC, a charter firm belonging to the Forbes Kerry family, the GIV-SP, registration November 57 Hotel Juliet, has hastily and quietly passed into the possession of AV Aviation LLC, a small concern based on Connecticut's Waterbury-Oxford Airport. Documents filed with Connecticut state government set forth AV Aviation is a subsidiary of New York City hedge fund AC Investment Management, which manages funds worth hundreds of millions of dollars. To date, AC Investment Management has remained silent vis-a-vis its purchase of the aircraft. The sale of the Forbes Kerry family Gulfstream was transacted approximately 1 month after Kerry, whom Joe Biden appointed climate czar in January 2021, was broadly impugned for his continued ownership and extensive use of the aircraft. After flying to Reykjavik via private jet to accept a 2019 award for climate leadership, Kerry was asked by Icelandic reporter Johan Bjarni Kolbensson to comment on the apparent incongruity of his actions and purported ethos. By way of reply, Kerry asserted private jet travel was, quote, the only choice for somebody like me who's traveling the world to win this battle, end quote. And after these messages, FAA to conduct internal safety audit.
Are you tired of tucking your phone under your headset to make a call and having cords and adapters strewn about the cockpit? Experience wireless cell phone communications and your personal music with Pilot Communications BlueLink 2. BlueLink 2 gives you a wearable link to 2 Bluetooth-enabled devices at the same time and can even control your phone and music. Use BlueLink 2 with your existing headset or a Pilot Communications headset from pilot-usa.com.
Throughout the globe, Piper Aircraft has hand-selected the very best in company representation, service, and support. From first inquiry to acquisition to product support, Piper Aircraft ownership is seamless and worry-free. Piper Aircraft authorized dealers, factory trained, factory connected.
Welcome back. FAA to conduct internal safety audit. Citing a series of recent aviation safety incidents, Acting FAA Administrator Billy Nolen has ordered a sweeping review of the agency he heads up. Mr. Nolen, a former American Airlines pilot, set forth in a memo, quote, we are experiencing the safest period in aviation history, but we cannot take this for granted. Recent events remind us we must not become complacent, end quote. The memo and the exigencies implied thereby followed the January 10th NOTAM system anomaly that occasioned the first nationwide grounding of U.S. domestic flights since 2001's 9/11 attacks, as well as 2 subsequent incidents in which airliners nearly collided during runway operations at JFK and AUS. FAA safety teams will endeavor to determine, quote, whether there are other incidents that resemble ones we've seen in recent weeks, end quote. Subject teams will look also for means by which to better integrate the agency's air traffic control division with its broader safety efforts. In addition to FAA personnel, the reviews will include input deriving of the expertise and experience of participants hailing from numerous and diverse aerospace industry sectors. In March 2023, representatives of commercial air carriers and airline labor unions will meet for purpose of discussing commercial aviation safety records and devising means by which such might be improved. And that's our show for today. You can catch episodes of Airborne on YouTube, Roku, or Fire TV. Just search for Aero-News or Airborne, and don't forget to follow us on social media. Thanks for watching.